Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I last made a video sans voiceover. If you're new here, hi, welcome. A little about me, I have an eclectic taste in creating videos. Rest assured, it is authentic to me. So if you like what you're seeing, give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I would love to get to know you more. So I've been doing a little bit of reading these past few weeks, and I want to share with you some books that have piqued my interest. I also took the Ocean Personality Test, and I want to try to see if I can correlate my results from that test with my book recommendations, so that you can get to know me better, understand me a little bit more, and understand my choices, and kind of gauge if you want to pick up the books that I'm recommending for you. Yeah? So let's get started. Okay, so I'll start off with my results for the personality test Ocean. Let's read a little bit about this personality test. The Ocean Personality Test, or it's also called the Big Five Model. It measures 5 core dimensions: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. It acts as a scientifically backed assessment to understand how people think, act, and feel, commonly used for hiring, team building, and self-awareness. My Ocean Personality Test results indicate that I'm high in openness and conscientiousness, highly agreeable, low in extroversion, and low in neuroticism. So basically what this suggests is that I'm imaginative, disciplined, cooperative, and emotionally stable, with a preference for more introspective and meaningful experiences rather than highly social and chaotic ones. So that's a little bit about the test. I took mine on the Science of People website. First book that I have for you is called Semiosis by Sai-bergirl, and it is a sci-fi novel set in the year 2060. And essentially, Earth is going through a lot. We are going through so much environmental devastation that the humans at the time, it's either like, if you're rich enough, try to get out, or die trying, kind of a situation. So our group of volunteers decide to get on a spaceship and get out of Earth so that they can create a society, a new society that's in full harmony with nature. And so 158 years of space travel and hibernation gets them to this planet, Pax, and the story kind of covers ground from there. The book spans 107 years, or 8 generations, so it has a lot to cover. So it not only just covers space travel and first contact, but also delves deeper into long-term consequences of colonizing another planet. So there's a very strong intellectual thread that runs through the book. So if you're interested, so it leans into biochem, disease states, and ecology and plant physiology. And I really like this book. The part that really interested me and fascinated me was, so you have this group of humans that leave Earth, but they take with them their belief systems. So seeing that play out across generations, they have rules like you have to honor your parents, but then that can get restrictive generation to generation, especially if the new generations, the progeny generations, don't have anything to do with Earth. They're human, but they also have no contact with Earth. So that was really cool to see how it played out. It makes the story very real. It's unsettling. I used both the physical copy of the book as well as the audiobook. The audiobook really came in clutch. It kind of helped keep myself on track and not get lost in the details, because it can get really dense with all of the science stuff as well as the generational things. The book was published in 2018, and reading it in 2026, The Intelligent Life does sound a little bit like AI, so take what you will with that. The way that I think that this book relates or correlates to my personality results is it reflects my high openness. It aligns very much with my tendency to enjoy creativity and intellectual challenges. The second book that I have for you is called Can't Help Faking in Love by Swati Hegde. Oh gosh. Okay, so this entire time my brain auto-corrected her name to Hedge, but it's actually Hegde. So I was walking past the display section of my neighborhood library when I saw this book, and essentially it's the cover art that caught my attention. The girl in the linga, I was like, wait, what? And so I picked it up, and I'm so glad that I did. This book takes us to India, where we meet the main character. Her name is Harsha, and so she is in over her head. She is struggling with in between her parents' crazy expectations and her own sense of wanting to have agency and control over her own life. So in comes barista, aspiring actor, love interest, and then you have a fake dating setup, and which quickly turns into something very real and meaningful. and voila, you have a love story, a very cute little romantic novel that exudes a lot of warmth. What can I say? It is a Bollywood movie in a book format. It has a little bit of everything. It has the wedding chaos, lots of drama, tears. Underneath the veil of romance, the book actually does a thoughtful exploration into what modern India looks like today. And what I mean by that is there's conversation around evolving family dynamics. I haven't kept up with contemporary Indian fiction. So that was very unexpected and refreshing for me. It added a layer of depth to the book that I wasn't expecting. So that was really cool. The way I think that this book relates to my personality results is that it reflects my high agreeableness. I mean, I am like drawn to stories about like cooperation, care, emotional bonds. Okay, so the third book that I have for you is called Blood of My Claire by Isaac Hans. Where do I even begin with the story? This is a story that pulls you into a child's unraveling world and refuses to let you look away. It follows 10-year-old Ishmael Abias, who's just moved to Ashford, Ohio from NYC with his parents. He finds himself trapped in isolation and cruelty and just can't seem to get anything right. At school, he's bullied for his mixed race. At home, his parents are emotionally cold and cruel. And to top it all off, there's a new church and a new pastor with questionable ideals who is targeting Ishmael, his family, and the community just kind of sits back and, lets it happen. What makes this book special is the writing. You're very attuned to and lasered in on Ishmael's emotions. You feel his pain, you feel his wins, his losses. It's a monologue in despair, and it all feels so plausible. With that said, I would approach this book with great care because the book stays with you, the story stays with you. If you're not in the right headspace, I wouldn't recommend that you pick up this book and read it. So this book highlights my introspective nature and my low neuroticism, because even though this book deals with dark themes, I can approach it without feeling overwhelmed in a very constructive and reflective manner. So it kind of shows my preference for like inward experiences, inward focused experiences. So that's Blood of My Claire. So yeah, those are my 3 books: Semiosis, Can't Help Faking Love, and Blood of My Claire. And each, I think the 3 books focus on my high conscientiousness, because I'm able to handle these stories with care, with seriousness. In each book, I'm able to connect to a different part of my different aspect of who I am. Like, it connects to my empathy, connects to my imagination, creativity, my need for diligence and introspection. So yeah, these are my 3 books. What do you think? Have you read them? Would you want to add them to your book list? I want to know. And I also want to know maybe what kind of reader you are. If you like reading physical books like I do, or more of like an audiobook or a Kindle reader. That's all I have for you. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.